core problem that we're trying to solve is we as individuals don't own our verified history. We have very little access and insights into the information that's being shared about us. The blockchain can create these auditable and immutable records to help our verifiers have trust that these records are authentic and know that they haven't been altered.
We're exploring the future of digital identity and data ownership through blockchain innovation.
If you have access to your medical records, you can also say, oh yeah, by the way, doctor, you've made a mistake here. Because right now we have no way of auditing and having any sort of insights into our medical history. Be very conscious about where your data is being used, who's using it and how it's being used. Data is the new oil, and if you don't protect it, many companies will try to take advantage of it.
Hi everyone, this is Maheen and welcome to the CanadianSME Small Business Podcast. Today we're exploring the future of digital identity and data ownership through blockchain innovation. Joining us to discuss this is Zain Zaidi, the co-founder and CEO of TransCrypts. With experience in investment banking and AI research, Zain is building one of Canada's most promising enterprise tech companies. We discuss lots including TransCrypts' expansion into healthcare data, the launch of Castello, and what's next from their new Toronto headquarters. So without further ado, let's welcome our guests. And Zain, we're very pleased to have you on the show today. Welcome to the podcast. How are you?
I'm doing well. Thank you for having me.
Very pleased to have you with us. Now, Zain, I did kind of hint our audiences about the platform, TransCrypts, which started with a very powerful mission, which is returning the ownership of verified records like employment and income back to the individuals they belong to. Tell us, what is the core problem with how employment records are currently verified, and how does your platform, TransCrypts, use blockchain to automate this securely?
Yeah, absolutely. So, the core problem that we're trying to solve is we as individuals don't own our verified history. So if I wanted to verify where you worked or how much money you made, which banks, landlords, future employers all want to verify for hiring, lending, or leasing, they would have to rely on a third party to attest that you've worked at this company, that you make this much money. There's a lot of issues with that. 1 in every 3 of those records tend to be incorrect. It's also not very data private to rely on these big data aggregators, right? These credit bureaus and whatnot have all been hacked. They have exposed our records. So we have very little access and insights into the information that's being shared about us. So we wanted to shift that paradigm and make it consumer-centric. So that me as an individual, I can go ahead to that bank, to that lender, to that landlord, to that future employer and say, here's my proof of employment. Here's my proof of income. And they can trust that it comes from a verified way. Because obviously, anything that's consumer given, there's always some concerns that did the consumer alter them. And that's where the blockchain comes in. We use the blockchain to create these auditable and immutable records to help our verifiers have trust that these records are authentic, and they can kind of see where they've come from and know that they haven't been altered.
That is such a game-changing shift for privacy, and it really highlights that individual data ownership is quite the future of secure digital infrastructure. Now let's talk about your massive recent growth and your move to Toronto. You recently secured a $15 million USD seed round, one of the largest for Canadian-focused startup, and you are now establishing your headquarters here in Toronto. Tell us, why did you choose this city for your new headquarters, and how will this fresh capital help you scale your operations across North America?
Yeah, many startups, we originally had our start in the Silicon Valley. That's what was the conventional wisdom, right? And many Canadians who are in tech still go to the Silicon Valley to pursue opportunities. But we realized over the last 2-3 years is that, especially after the pandemic, that there's been kind of a paradigm shift. Toronto has the talent. It has the network effects, has everything that it needs for a startup to kind of succeed in the market. That's why we decided to relocate our headquarters down to downtown Toronto, making a large investment into the city, and really see using the seed funds that we've raised to really grow our team here locally. We're very bullish, if you will, on the Canadian market as a whole, and on specifically the Toronto talent pool. We think there's a lot of great individuals here, and a lot of people who want to work on startups, and we hope to be kind of one of those founding members of a much larger Toronto tech scene.
That is exciting. This is such a major investment in the Canadian tech ecosystem, and it proves that Toronto is a global hub for digital innovation. Now let's look at how you are taking this technology beyond HR and into the world of healthcare. TransCrypts recently achieved the HIPAA certification and marking a major expansion from HR verification into healthcare sector. Zain, tell us, how will your technology allow consumers to control their own health data, and what are the biggest barriers to unlocking records currently locked with providers?
Yeah, I was speaking to a physician, and they said that, if you want to control your healthcare, you need to be in charge of your health data. And that really resonated with me. That's why we went ahead and launched this. This product's already live in many countries internationally, and we finally got HIPAA certification to bring it to America and to Canada. And really, the core premise of this is that, one, individuals are global. Right? But our medical records reside with the hospitals where we receive care at. So, for example, if I receive care at a hospital here in Canada and I just cross the border and go into America and, I get sick in America and I have to go see the doctor there, it's a very painstaking process for that doctor to go get my medical records from Canada. And they can't really operate on me, or they can't do anything without those medical records.
Right.
So my quality of care is being compromised because of something as simple as we can't share records fast enough. Versus if I have those records in a verified format in my phone, where me or a loved one, if I'm for whatever reason can't show it directly, can go and show it to the doctor, and the doctor can verify that, yes, this is his medical history. He's not allergic, or he has certain allergies to drugs, and they can proceed and give the care immediately. Lack of medical records or issues with medical records is one of the leading causes of preventable deaths in the medical system in North America. So how can we prevent that, right? No one knows your medical history better than yourself.
Right.
So, if you have access to your medical records, you can also say, oh yeah, by the way, doctor, you've made a mistake here. You said that, you gave me this prescription, but it's actually this prescription, right? Because doctors make mistakes all the time. But right now we have no way of auditing and having any sort of insights into our medical history. So, it's extremely important for consumers to have ownership of this. The average Canadian, the average American is becoming more global. And if not more global, at least even, going from Ontario to, BC, British Columbia, it's a different hospital system. It's a different hospital. They might not even have access to your medical records, right? So something as simple as a domestic flight, which people do multiple times a year, could potentially put your life in danger. So we just want to create a better system and really empower individuals with that information.
That's such a massive social impact potential, Zain. It emphasizes that patient control is the missing link in the modern healthcare. If you are curious about the real-world power of blockchain, then please learn from this conversation that we had with Zain about the future of data ownership, how to scale a multi-million-dollar startup, and why this new product, Castello, is set to redefine digital verification this February. We'll take a quick break here. Please don't go anywhere, because when we'll be right back to discuss Castello, TransCrypts' exciting new product launching soon.
Hey, you think you know UPS? Yeah, that's us. Everybody knows that. You know what you didn't know? This. Okay, try to keep up. Ocean, us. Ground, rail, air, so us. Guess who? Us. Customs cleared, borders cleared, done. Us. You still with me? Wait for it. Boom. Us. Intelligent, automated, fulfillment. Us. Yep. Healthcare too. Digital your thing? Yeah. Well, book it, ship it, track it. You feeling me yet? Yep. That's all us. That's all UPS.
Welcome back, everyone. Let's dive into the launch of Castello and explore how this innovation will shape the future of digital verification. Now, building on that momentum, I want to ask about the new product that you have Plan to drop very soon. I'm very busy February ahead with the launch of a new product called Castello.
Yeah.
Tell us, what is Castello and how does it fit into the broader vision of TransCrypts as you move into 2026?
Yeah. So Castello's, we view kind of the consumers, the two most important things for consumers is their health. And of course, tied to that is also their finances, right? We realize these two things are probably the two most important data pieces that a consumer can control. And so Castello is kind of the jump into the financial aspect. Castello is supposed to be a way for you to own and view all your financial data in a singular place. And we've provided some AI insights into that to help consumers make better financial decisions. We realized that we're getting a lot of asks from a lot of people to launch a product like this. And in fact, we got accepted into NVIDIA's AI accelerator, as well as launched a partnership with Google. So we have some great backing for that solution. And we're really excited for the future of that product. And it should be coming out by the end of Q1.
Wow, that sounds like a major evolution for your platform. And it shows that continuous innovation is what keeps TransCrypts at the forefront of the industry. Now, finally, let's discuss your journey as a young founder and the recognition that you've received. Then being named to the Forbes 2026 30 Under 30 list in the social impact categories, significant accomplishment. As you lead a global company, what is your long-term vision for TransCrypts and what advice do you have for other young founders building high-stakes tech?
Yeah, I think something that resonates with my generation of founders is we're not looking to just create companies for the purpose of returning capital to shareholders. Obviously, we are a for-profit business. That is a motive, but it's also to leave a lasting impact and to leave the world a better place. I think that's something that myself, but also people our age and are really passionate about, right? And the goal with TransCrypts really is how can we use technology for good? I think there's a lot of distrust right now in the world against tech companies, and for good reason. A lot of the big tech companies have done pretty immoral things, right? At times with our data or with the way they're using AI or things like that, right? We think we can kind of flip the paradigm and show the world that you can actually use technology for good. And, we've launched social impact programs in Ukraine with Ukrainian refugees, in Turkey to help earthquake victims to get access to their medical records, and to show that these solutions have the potential for a very positive impact. So that's what we're kind of going about and doing, and that's the kind of company that I want to create, is something that obviously becomes extremely valuable. We are a for-profit business. We have to return value to our shareholders, but also something that can also leave an impact on the world, so that people can see how technology can, and we can use our technology to help change the way people live their lives.
Mm-hmm. That's such an inspiring vision, really. And it confirms that mission-driven tech, it can achieve both massive scale and significant social good. This was a great conversation. Thank you so much, Zain, for everything that you shared with our audience and for especially inspiring them, right? We wish we could continue this for another hour, but as we wrap up now, if there's one key message that you want listeners to remember about the importance of streamlining their own data and compliance, what would it be?
Yeah, I think it would be, it's 2026 is the year to take control of your data. Your data is being used by many different players to train their AI models, to sell to advertisers. Be very conscious about where your data is being used, who's using it and how it's being used, and really advocate to your local, politician to ensure that your data is being kept privately and securely. Data is the new oil. And if you don't, protect it, unfortunately, many companies will try to take advantage of it.
That is powerful and a very actionable message. Thank you so much, Zain, for being on the show with us and for sharing such great expertise and innovation.
Absolutely. Thank you so much for having me.
And that was the type of conversation with Zain Zaidi, the CEO at TransCrypts. We explored the future of blockchain verified records, their expansion into healthcare, and the exciting launch of Castello. Thank you again for tuning into the podcast. Please be sure to subscribe for more expert insights. Visit our website, CanadianSME.ca, for valuable resources. A special shout out to our partners before we leave to PS Avon Global College, ADP, and Google for their ongoing commitment to empowering small businesses in Canada. Please, until next time, keep innovating and striving for success, and we'll see you in the next one.